It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Miami Heat at American Airlines Arena. For Miami, they're sixth in the Eastern Conference and still trying to make that next step forward, trying to finish in better shape than they did last season. And how about Dwayne Wade? Come on. Shaq, we're talking about an all-time great at the shooting guard position. Do you think he's gotten all the credit he deserves?
You know, even after all the rings, I think people still sleep on D. Wade. At his peak, as dominant as any two-guard we've seen, aside from the great Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I would agree. He's a top 5 two-guard of all time. Injuries have slowed him down. But despite that, he's had a – wake up, Shaq! He's had an incredible career. And you nicknamed him Flash, didn't you?
I did.
No doubt. And you went to sleep.
That's when you weren't enduring sleep apnea, apparently. Hey, sleep apnea.
Wake up.
Yeah, we're on the air.
Oh, sorry.
Toss
Back
it
to you, Kevin.
It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Atlanta Hawks come into town in this game. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Take a look at the Heat. Guys, when you compare their performance last season to where they sit right now, not a whole lot different story. Not necessarily a big surprise either.
And this is a great chance, Kevin, for this team to establish some home court dominance. Long stand coming up in front of them and an easy way to try and build some momentum.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Miami Heat has established that high standard for fitness. Even Eric Spoelstra has gotten into it in his late 40s. The Heat coach says when he's working out, I'm in a different place. The physical, emotional, and mental benefits, I'm hooked. Kevin?
As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself, too. DA, thank you. We've already seen a few players make, Brent, a big leap over last year. Their hard work is really paying off.
The interesting thing over the past few years is just how intricate the off-season training is for players. And this is why I think the evolution of the game feels like it's been sped up. So many specialized coaches, so much time that guys want to work on facets of their game that are opening up opportunities. And with so much space that's on the floor for guys, we get to see those skill sets a little bit more often on a nightly basis. Awesome to see that players continue to strive to maximize their potential.
I agree. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Bazemore team up in the backcourt. And it's Prince outside at the 3 with Collins down at the power forward. And it's Len in at the 5. 5 to shoot. Collins. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient, because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
And that one misses. Wade surveying the D. Now the pass to Dragic. Back to Wade, fires for 3. The rebound by Young. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
And the last time these teams met, it was a walk in the park, and everybody got in on the act. Their bench was spectacular in that win.
Well, they built up the big lead and then let the second unit get out there and do their work. And you're right, the guys coming in off the bench were spectacular. They put up a ton of points.
Goran Dragic started his career in Phoenix under the mentorship of Steve Nash.
Well, he still loves to push the pace and still loves to attack the paint. We'll see if he can be an effective player in his late 30s, the way that Steve Nash led his teams.
Free throw drops for Goran Dragic.
And while Dragic doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Prince against Richardson. Puts it up from 12.
Well, this is why they got Richardson. It's because of the defensive end. He holds his ground on that position, and nothing easy.
And it's Wade with the jam.
Ooh, just shook his man loose with a crafty play inside.
And then the dunk just tops it off beautiful. And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And here is Johnson. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
And Atlanta has possession. The Heat getting the bucket. Young from outside. Good on the three-point shot. Young's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Young against Dragic. Now here's Richardson. D right on him. No good from Dragic. For the Heat, their last game, a loss to the Raptors in Toronto.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they would have come out on top. That's just how well they played. But they happened to catch an opposing team at the very top of their game.
Yeah, both teams gave a very strong performance. I think that was a prime example of the home court advantage being just that, an advantage.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Young against Dragic. Goes up on the block. Shot's good from Young. Young's got 5 now. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Wade passes to Richardson. Here's Johnson. Rebound by the Hawks. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Now here's Richardson. That one good for 2. Richardson's got his first bucket of the night.
Not slowing Richardson down right now. Even when you rough him up, he's still finding ways to use his quickness and score the basketball.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Richardson. Pass to Johnson, and stolen by Bazemore. He kicks to Young. And he's good on the 3-ball.
The first thing that jumps out at you about Young, that seemingly limitless shooting range and the spacing that affords for this offense.
Now here's Dragic. 23 points for him the last game against Toronto. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. The Hawks, number 1.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
Here's Johnson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Wade. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And the mid-range jump shot is something Dwayne Wade has really perfected throughout his career.
Here's Young, and count it from 19 feet away. Young's got 10 points. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Heat.
Well, the best part of this Hawks team now is their youth. And with youth comes a ton of potential, a ton of room for this team to grow together, both the new coaching staff and the new guys to the league. And they have some cap flexibility, some other things that they can do to get creative around this youthful and exuberant roster.
Here's Prince. The Heat knocking down the tray. They get it back and finish off by Collins.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
Here's Dragic after the basket by Atlanta. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That is his first foul of the game. Wade against Bazemore. Wade kicks to Johnson. Whiteside trying to break free.
Well, Len has just gotten better the more time he gets on the floor at understanding the space that he can cover as a big.
Bazemore finds Young. Shoots from 12. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
And the jam by Whiteside.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
And Atlanta has possession. The Heat getting the bucket. Young. Again, the Hawks good for two.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Dragic the pass to Wade. Inside, stolen by Collins. The kick out to Young. Drains the three-pointer.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Passes it to Wade. And another basket for Miami.
Well, his offense should come with a warning label, caution, flammable. He's connecting on everything. The D looks dumbfounded.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. Even after a number of years in this league, Len still feels like a developmental project.
Well, out of the 5 positions, centers seem to be not only the latest guys to develop, but also with the way the game is going, you wonder what their position is in today's game. You look at Marc Gasol, he didn't become elite until he turned about 30 years old. Hassan Whiteside, DeAndre Jordan. It takes some time, Kevin.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Johnson. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic.
Richardson playing with boundless energy, great at going into the physical defense and drawing the foul.
And Josh Richardson at the University of Tennessee was a pre-med student, plans on becoming a surgeon. But when the NBA became a possibility, he said he had to switch to an easier major.
And instead of spending 4 hours a day studying, he put that time into the gym. A terrific defender in college, was the 2-time All-SEC defensive player. And with the newfound focus on basketball, he has blossomed as a scorer.
First one falls for him.
Amazing how much James Johnson gets leaned on for what Miami wants to do offensively. Out of Wake Forest, a very versatile 6'8" forward, and plays a ton of positions for Eric Spoelstra.
Both shots good from the stripe. It just seems like James Johnson has some point forward in his game. What do you think, Brent?
I think that Eric Spoelstra has just championed that part of his game and trusts him to make the right decisions. And when your teammates have that kind of confidence in your playmaking ability, sometimes the opportunities for you to make the right pass, they grow.
The Heat with the lead. Ellington kicks to Richardson. Now here's Winslow. Defense right on him. Comes up empty down low. Atlanta's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Out to the right wing. Carter dishes to Young. Over Johnson. Young's shot is off.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Johnson against Young. Johnson kicks to Olynyk. And again, it's the Heat missing. The Hawks shooting 47% from the field to start things off. And Young with the basket on the assist from Carter. And that's now 17 points for Trae Young. Miami's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Johnson finds Olynyk. Now here's Ellington. Floats one up. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Carter outside to the middle. The kick out to Young. Anderson outside. Carter outside. And Anderson gets it to go. And now a 3-point Atlanta lead.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Richardson, that's a 2-pointer. Rebounded by the Hawks.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Young passes to Carter. A floater, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. We've heard Coach Steve Kerr say the power forward position, as we knew it, is disappearing. You could say that maybe about the center position, too.
I don't want to say that about the center position. What I want to tell you, Kevin, in my humble opinion, is that the center position has changed.
It's evolving.
So, yeah, I don't want to say that it's just disappeared, because there are players out there that are playing that position and doing a lot of the things that you would qualify as center-centric, screening, going down to the block, rim running to the post, being an option down low. But it's definitely changed.
But now we're seeing him go out and defend smaller guys in the perimeter, taking threes, and that's what's weird for your eyes to just kind of absorb what's going on.
Well, it's weird to absorb not only that and what those players individually are asked to do, but when you're at a game and you're sitting in the stands and all of a sudden you see 5 guys that are outside the three-point line. I mean, go back to the game in the 80s. It's the exact opposite. It was like, a bunch of ants on top of a lost candy bar sitting in the lane, gnawing at one another.
Right.
It's just changed. So the center position, not disappeared, just changed.
Now here is Carter. 14 points from him the last game against Charlotte. To the wing right side. Just 5 to shoot.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at Atlanta. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot. And, of course, the Heat, 2.5 games back.
And right now for the Hawks, well, one of the big stories of the year. Already this team's been absolutely on fire, and it hasn't just been one game here or there. It's been a sustained effort.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything that anyone saw coming. You couldn't see it in the offseason or the preseason, but they've come out here in the beginning of the year and done something pretty special.
And the Hawks with possession here. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. Herter. The teardrop falls in. He's got 5.
Dedmon's not going to get a lot of possessions like that, but makes a very good decision. Finds an open teammate.
Johnson kicks to Richardson. 1:14 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Olynyk. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Carter for 3, and the 3 ball is good. And it's a 10-point Hawks lead.
And really setting the tone early with their 3-point shooting.
Johnson finds Richardson. Olynyk with it. Dedmon's there. And the basket by Olynyk.
And they like him to be aggressive. And I think Olynyk has the talent to be a difference maker offensively.
Now here's Anderson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Carter from down in the low post. It goes. Carter's got his third bucket of the night.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Herter throws down the breakaway jam.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Johnson kicks to Olynyk. Fires from 14. That shot off. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Hawks lead by 12. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. From undrafted to $50 million man, Tyler Johnson talked about what it felt like when he finally hit it big.
I think when I finally heard that number, when they put the offer sheet on there and said $50 million, I mean, it's well documented that, I kind of got sick. I just know the journey that it took me to get here. It was a little bit overwhelming. So, I threw up.
And credit Johnson's work ethic, Greg, putting himself in position to earn that big payday.
Great to see an underdog make it. And that's the kind of contract that truly changes your life forever.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Hawks, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, they found a little bit of space out there on the perimeter, and they have a shared confidence right now. That tends to breed some success for this team.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Atlanta.
Well, this Heat team is a collection of a hodgepodge of players, just interesting combinations, guys who can switch all over the floor. But I think they're still trying to find out what their role is, who's going to end up stepping up to be the scorer that they lean on, and they try to be greater than the sum of their parts under Eric Spoelstra. Some nights they are. And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
Kicks to Dedmon. Pass to Anderson from deep. Rebound by Olynyk. The Heat trail by 9. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Hassan Whiteside continues to develop. Now, Miami coach Eric Spoelstra said it's got nothing to do with his stats. He's going to do that no matter what. It's about making winning plays and caring more about his teammates than he cares about himself. Now he can lead in a different way because he has the respect of the locker room. Kevin?
Terrific, D.A. Thank you. Atlanta leading by 7. And there's the pass to Carter. Johnson down low. Anderson with the block. They get it back, and he makes that one. And it's 6 points for Justice Winslow. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Anderson outside. And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Whiteside's checked in for Richardson. On defense, the Heat only giving up 2 points this quarter. Bazemore gets the bucket.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Johnson, the pass to Whiteside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Tyler Johnson, undrafted out of Fresno State back in 2014. One of those lunch pail players. Didn't take him long to make his mark in the NBA.
And Tyler Johnson, a 6'4" combo guard. Greg, talk about how he straddles that gap.
Yeah, I mean, a shooter with athleticism. I mean, the lefty's still developing that right hand, but improving as a playmaker and game management right before our eyes.
The first free throw is good. Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. And Johnson drops them both. So many modern offenses no longer rely on a point guard to initiate the play. Tell us a little bit more. Walk us through that process.
I think a lot of teams, Kevin, are getting more towards motion offenses, almost playing in a secondary break where you've either coming off a score, you're coming down the floor, the point guard gets off the ball, and with all the players moving around and with the multifaceted skill set of your small forward and your power forward who's now playing at the point, distributing the ball, setting screens, DHO. Because of that skill set, you don't really have the heavy reliance on point guard domination with the basketball, setting up every play, and being the only playmaker on the floor. Now you have 3 and sometimes 4 getting that job done.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore.
Well, crazy to think that Bazemore was mostly known for elaborate bench celebrations in Golden State before coming to Atlanta, but he's worked his way up and has eventually become a starter and a very important player, key player for these Atlanta Hawks.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Johnson comes in for Olynyk, and Dwayne Wade subbed in for Tyler Johnson. That one is no good. Well, for Bazemore, working his way up has been a theme for his career.
Yeah, undrafted out of ODU, Old Dominion. He got reps in the Summer League and the D League, as it was known at the time, now the G League. And every challenge that he's met it head on with great enthusiasm and has found a way to gain a coach's confidence. Here we are now.
So it's Atlanta now, after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. On offense, here are the Heat. They're on a 13-5 run here. Got it. Good job in the low post. And now just a 2-point Atlanta lead.
And even though the defense is there, it does not bother Dwayne Wade. He's seen it all.
Pass to Len. Bazemore against Winslow. Here's Collins. Plays it up and banks it in. Collins has got 6.
No defender is going to have a shot against that kind of play. He's just too tall to stop that close to the rim.
Dragic dishes to Johnson. Wade outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Wade again missing.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Bazemore with it. His last outing with 20 points. With Kent Bazemore, Brent, a lot of what he brings on the defensive end starts with his length, a very large, long arm span.
Yeah, not a picnic for any guard that's trying to navigate around the length of Kent Bazemore. He's always had an impressive steal and block total as the seasons have gone on, and the ball handler doesn't ever feel quite comfortable with Baze around.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
Well, the Hawks were super young last year, and they had all the troubles that come with youth. Inconsistency, guys trying to find out what their role is for the year, lots of turnover problems and questionable shot selection, and now they're younger this year. So if you're a fan of the Hawks, patience is the key.
And the second free throw, good.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Dragic kicks to Winslow. Back to Dragic. Dishes to Wade. They get it again, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Once his team got Whiteside the ball that close to the bucket, the defense is absolutely at his mercy.
And for the Hawks, those problems are things that are just part of the process, Brent, of growing this team.
Yeah, you got to really focus on positives around this rebuild. You've got a solid group of young, talented players that can really shoot the basketball. What they're going to have to do is start to take some pride on the defensive end of the floor, and they're going to have to learn what it takes to play an 82-game season with consistent effort on both ends.
And what a story for Hassan Whiteside. A second-round pick back in 2011. He's bounced around. I mean, the G League, China. He even played over in Lebanon. It wasn't until 2015 that he emerged seemingly out of nowhere as a factor for the Miami Heat.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And Whiteside in 2016 receiving a 4-year max contract break from the Heat.
Amazing how far he's come. Set the franchise record for most blocks in a game. And pretty impressive when you think of the big men who played for the Heat. We're talking Lonzo Mourning and Shaquille O'Neal, no less.
Dragic with a wide open look. Drills the three-pointer. Dragic has got 6 points.
Well, he did not think twice. Firing away, Dragic knocks down and sinks the 3-ball.
Dragic against Young. There's the call on James Johnson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
And the Hawks with possession here. Collins kicks to Lay. It's Prince on the wing.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Taurean Prince, the product out of Baylor, Brent. Sometimes you wish he would take more shots than he does.
Look, Prince has had a coach that's infused some confidence in him. He has a new coach this year, and we'll see if that carries over. But has had some moments, and Coach Bud leaned on him pretty heavy in the last campaign. We'll see if Pierce does the same this year.
And that one falls for Prince.
It always has this feeling that Taurean Prince is DeMarre Carroll 2.0 for this club. Good size, big frame, capable defender, but each year taking some strides on the offensive end to become more and more dangerous.
And looking at Prince's game, you know, he could be the ultimate complementary player. A good shooter, doesn't need a ton of touches, solid enough on defense, and is showing signs of improvement.
Now here's Wade. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Now Bazemore following the three-point attempt by James Johnson. Young in the corner. It's stolen by Dragic. Yes, that goes in. Dragic has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And with Prince, his versatility between forward spots also is an asset to the team.
And when I called Prince a complimentary player, I didn't mean it as a slight. Just plays with an approach and style that fits well with any team and any leading scorer. Players like him tend to have a long, productive career in our league.
Now Wade after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Wade kicks to Winslow. That's tipped and stolen by Bazemore. Count it, his second make in 4 attempts.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Now, here's Wade. He's got 14. Passes it to Whiteside. Over Len. Right side, good. Whiteside's got 5 points so far.
That's big. If Whiteside steps up like that, can face you up and knock down stuff from distance, it adds a huge dimension to the offensive sets. You love basketball. Couldn't miss in the first quarter. Now can't make it in the second quarter. Got to be eating at him just a bit.
And Dragic gets it to go on the assist by Wade. And it's a 3-point Heat lead.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Young finds Bazemore. Len with it. He's picked up by Whiteside. Inside. It's stolen by Wade. Pass to Dragic. Winslow against Len. Dragic left side. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Taurean Prince. And Goran Dragic, a slippery lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season, though. And now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
And that one falls for Dragic. The Heat making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. And then for Atlanta, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Alex Len. Anderson comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's Carter in for Kent Bazemore. And so he hits both. Well, Brent, the Heat with an experienced front office and one of the best young coaches in the league in Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo has done a remarkable job. Tremendous amount of respect around the league for the way that Eric Spoelstra goes about his business, the way he handled the title runs and all those personalities and those dynamics. He has been fantastic and will coach in Miami for as long as he wants to. The way he goes about it is pride, work, and respect for anybody that walks through those locker room doors.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Carter inside the 3-point line. Miami grabs the miss. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Ellington kicks to Dragic. The pass to Olynyk. Lets it go from deep, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 3 assists now in this one. The Hawks trail by 8. Young inside. He's guarded by Dragic. That one drops for him.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively, hard to close off the lane.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Back to Dragic. Down low. And stolen by Dedmon. It's Anderson with the drive. No good on that one. Great tee that time from Johnson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Remember back in 2016, James Johnson signed a make-good contract with the Heat. He's transformed his body, going from about 274 to under 240. And in the following season, they rewarded him with a 4-year, $60 million deal.
That one is off. And for James Johnson, losing all that weight seems to have unlocked his versatile, high-energy game, Greg.
Yeah, and this lower weight, Kevin, this guy's a wall of muscle. You combine that with the greater mobility, and now he possesses an athletic advantage most every night he takes the floor.
Good on the second free throw.
Really like how James Johnson plays his role, so expanded here within the team set. Knows he's out there to space the floor, bring some physicality, and is going to have some opportunities to make some plays with the ball in his hands.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Now here's Whiteside. He's got 5. Here's Johnson. Clock at 6. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Johnson's got 7.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Now Carter. He has 7. And that one drops. 24 points for Trae Young.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
The Heat leading by 4. Johnson kicks to Olynyk. The dish to Ellington. The shot that time not on target. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Carter outside. 32 seconds left to play here in the half. Young passes to Dedmon. Back to Young. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Now just a 2-point Miami lead.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And here is Johnson. He has 7. He kicks it to Whiteside. Over Dedmon.
You combine the height and the length Dedmon has, it's a pretty intimidating factor. Players think twice every time they get anywhere near him.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Heat out front, leading by just 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, what did you like about your team's play so far?
Well, our energy and activity. We're coming off a game where we did not do that consistently. The guys took it to heart, owned it. This is a very athletic, quick team as well, so we have to sustain it now.
We'll see who comes out on top in the second half. Thanks, Bo. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. Dwayne Wade wasted no time getting hot. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 1 block. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
They obviously came in wanting to push the action. And so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back on defense.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks.
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I don't always like to see teams rely on the 3, but when it's dropping like that, I say roll with it. They keep setting good screens, running these pick and rolls, they'll be tough to beat.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
We return now to Miami, where you can see all the action happening on Ocean Drive, right on the beachfront. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Down low, it's Johnson and Whiteside. Wade and Richardson, the two wings. And it's Dragic in at the one. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Whiteside against Len. Shoots. No good from Dragic.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Miami called for the foul.
You got to be more cautious when you're guarding Alex Len. Obviously, his size puts you at an immediate disadvantage.
The first one falls.
Well, and 7'1", the Ukrainian big Alex Len is so solid. Still a lot of time to reach his potential, and hopefully he finds a way to do that.
And it's tied up with that one. If there's been a shortcoming for the Heat, Brent, it's at the offensive end.
The shooting percentages aren't bad, but it just feels like with their mismatch of talent, who is it that's going to step to the forefront and be the guy they rely on for consistent scoring? One thing you look at too, Kevin, they really don't get to the line all that much, and second chance points kind of hold them back.
And the dunk by Bazemore.
Great awareness from the athletic forward. Kent Bazemore is always looking to get up for oops like that.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now, here's Dragic. Wade up top. He's covered by Bazemore. Wade can't hit. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
Well, once Bazemore gets the ball off the pass, he immediately skies up for the jump shot and nails it. You like to see that kind of assertive, aggressive, confident attitude.
And the basket is good. 14 points for Goran Dragic.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Young dishes to Prince. Bazemore on the wing. Off the left rim and out.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Here's Whiteside. Johnson left side. Outside Dragic. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, you just look at the talent that left the Hawks over the last few seasons, Brent. Easy to see why they needed to start over.
Yeah, it started with Al Horford and his departure, and then Teague and Millsap did the same. And hard for any franchise to remain competitive when you lose that many quality players, especially their chemistry in Budenholzer's system. Arguably a great fit for one another, and now off to doing bigger and better things.
And the first one at the line is good. No good on the second free throw.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete, or any season for that matter.
Now Dragic after Taurean Prince's three-pointer that didn't go. It's Richardson on the wing, guarded by Prince. Here's Whiteside. Miami no good on that time either. And memories of the Big Three era of Bosh and Wade and LeBron James still fresh, Brent, in the memory of the Heat organization.
Well, more fresh in the memory of the fans of the Miami Heat. The organization trying to do their best to move forward and move on. Of course, that team 4 straight finals appearances, won 2 NBA championships. They want to get back to that level. They know they got to find some talent and some diamonds in the rough, and trying to figure out a path to get there.
The Hawks have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Miami. The Heat trail by 3. Wade outside. Here's Richardson. Got a piece of it.
Such a good defender, Taurean Prince. Physical, good lateral movement, and has the tools there to snuff out a shot.
And Young kicks to Prince. Back to Young. Buries it from three-point range. Young's got 29 in the game.
The defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Pass to Whiteside. Outside Dragic. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Dragic has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, the ball was not in Goran Dragic's hands very long. Just a great job by him firing it up immediately without hesitation.
Now here's Prince. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Bazemore wiry, and when he gets on the inside, I like where he finds the space to finish at the rim.
Wade finds Dragic, and here's Richardson. Back to Dragic. Good ball movement here by Miami. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wade from outside. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 5 rebounds tonight. Prince against Richardson. Back to Prince. Passes it to Collins. Prince with it. Shoots over Winslow, and the shot is long.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
Now here's Whiteside. He has 5. Basket counts. Whiteside's got 7.
Adding ways to score into the paint, Whiteside continues to develop a more refined post game with better footwork each year.
And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Olynyk, he's checked in for Miami. Prince against Richardson. Prince, right side, 11 feet away, and the shot goes in. And the Hawks lead by 3.
That's an encouraging sign there as Prince steps in. Nice rhythm, a confident look there.
And it's Dragic off the drive. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Alex Len picks one up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Heat have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. A new head coach, Lloyd Pierce, is looking to bring a defensive approach to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, Pierce has the resume you would want from a defensive coach. He came up in those teams in Memphis during the grit and grind time and learned some defensive techniques from Brett Brown in Philadelphia, helped them last year on the defensive end to be a much stingier defense in the league. There's no doubt that the Hawks are right in the midst or the beginning stages of a massive rebuild. It's something that the Hawks organization had delayed quite a bit. They had that great core of Horford, Korver, Teague, and Bazemore that got them into the playoffs for several seasons. But now it's about the future, it's about growth, and it's about these young guys getting an opportunity.
Here's Olynyk following the bucket by the Hawks. Dragic the pass to Olynyk. Richardson kicks to Ellington. Shot clock at 6. Shoots it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Wednesday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. Then on Friday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And that game against the Wizards, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
And the Hawks and the rebuild, it was something they put off year after year.
Well, it was a team here that made the playoffs every season since 2008, so a 9-year run for the Atlanta Hawks, and they tried their best to add players to put them over the top, but nobody really came down to Atlanta to do that. So you can't be mad for a decade of really good basketball here in Atlanta, and now the reset is on.
And the Hawks with possession here. The Heat getting the bucket. Dragic against Young. Left side Anderson. Over Richardson. And again, it's Atlanta. Now here's Dragic. 20 points for him. Kicks to Richardson. Pass to Olynyk. Dragic looking for an opening. Rebounded by the Hawks. Dedmon's got 6 rebounds in the game. Young against Dragic. Here's Young. He has 31. Anderson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Dragic against Young. Young with the steal. He dishes it to Prince. Back to Young. There's the pass to Dedmon. Dishes it to Prince. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
This is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible. Not getting anything to go.
Feeds to Young. Olynyk with the steal. Winslow with it. Edmonds there. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
You like the aggressiveness of Winslow, taking it straight at the D and getting whacked. You see Justice Winslow get into that low defensive stance. Signals kind of like he did at Duke, slap the floor and be ready for a defensive possession.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Winslow. And Winslow about 6'7", 225. But Brent, it seems like he plays a lot bigger.
Yeah, it does feel like that sometimes. He gets lots of minutes at the power forward position and tries to rebound like a 4. And when he gets it, he can rip it down and run it up the court.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. James Johnson's checked in for Josh Richardson, and it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. The Hawks leading by 3. It's Prince on the wing. He kicks to Dedmon. With the shot. Prince's shot is good. Prince has got 6 points.
Well, when he's spotted up like that, Taurean Prince, those percentages go up. Very comfortable on that one.
Olynyk can't hit.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Herter. Ellington defending. Back to Anderson. Shoots over Winslow. Anderson's shot is off. Miami's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Ellington, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
Well, we talk about the D. Let's credit the offense. He attacked right there from the moment he saw the opening, not letting the defense react.
And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Heat trail by 3. Johnson outside. 1:52 left here in the third quarter. And Olynyk kicks to Winslow. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Anderson outside. The teardrop falls in. He's got 7.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Ellington. He averages about 5 points a game. Here's Johnson. Banked in off the glass.
Well, the strength of Johnson there, hard to contain, adept at scoring despite getting bodied up.
The Hawks leading by 3. Anderson outside. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Johnson outside. Pass to Olynyk for the tie. The shot will not fall. So Atlanta will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Passes it to Carter. Now the dish to Anderson. Clock at 6. To the paint. It's tipped. From the wing. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And there's the feed to Winslow. And that one drops for him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And the Hawks making a change here.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Pass to Carter. It's tipped. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Herter. And that one comes up a bit short. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Hawks lead by 1. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. 4th quarter on the court for the Hawks. The big men are Collins and Dedmon. Then there's Carter. Then there's Anderson.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
Now here's Johnson. Kicks it to Olynyk. And Miami making a change here. Wade's checked in. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Justin Anderson. On the wing, Johnson. And there's the pass to Whiteside to take the lead, and he sinks the layup. Whiteside's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Heat. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Bazemore against Johnson. Collins dishes to Bazemore. Clock at 6. Here's Carter. Miami grabs the miss. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Whiteside, no good. Bazemore against Johnson. Bazemore gets the bucket.
Bazemore seems to be locked in. Even when there's an aggressive defense around him, not getting rattled.
Johnson kicks to Johnson. 4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Wade outside. Let's go. Misses off the right iron. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Here's Carter, and Vince Carter with the slam.
And that's what Carter does best, knifing his way inside so he can finish with the easy slam.
Johnson finds Wade. Shoots over Bazemore. Miami no good on that time either.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
And the basket by Wade.
And Dwayne Wade sees the floor so well, just rising up and knocking down the jump shot.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Dedmon. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Dwayne Dedmon, not a big name in the NBA right now, Brent, but he's a very productive player in what time he sees on the floor.
Well, he never does anything without misstep out there. Great length for a player. He competes on both ends of the floor, and he bolsters up a front line no matter what position you put him at, the 4 or the 5.
The free throw drops for Dedmon.
Well, from the D-League to dominating defensively, Dwayne Dedmon hustling around.
Young's checked in for Atlanta. He's perfect from the line this time.
And Dwayne Dedmon, a player who started his NBA career late, was a rookie at age 24 and then floated around to several teams, but he has gone from being an end-of-the-bench guy to an important rotation player in just the last few seasons.
Now here's Johnson. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson doing a great job of keeping his focus on the finish. A good job of doing that through contact.
And with Dedmon and the teams he's played with, you know, he always has found a way, Greg, to slot in and give you good minutes.
Yeah, what I love about him, he knows who he is as a player and plays to his strengths. Never gives up on a play on either end of the floor. And now he's even added a three-point shot to his arsenal to kind of further expand his versatility.
That's good from Johnson. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Bazemore against Wade. Now here's Bazemore. Defense right on him. Back to Carter. 6 to shoot. To the middle. From 7. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Miami called for the foul. John Collins has some areas of his game Brand he'd like to improve, but finishing at the rim isn't one of them.
No, definitely not. He's 6'10" and just explosive when he gets around the rim. Great composure in traffic, and I don't think he gets rattled at all by contact down there. I think he gets to salivating a little bit to have those big finishes that we saw in his rookie campaign.
And that one misses. Goran Dragic is checked in for Tyler Johnson. And he's good on the second. The Heat trail by 3. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Richardson kicks to Dragic. Again, the miss by the Heat. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Bazemore with it. Wade picks him up. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. And the first one drops.
Bazemore showing what every lefty has, and that's craftiness. Just uses his body very well and takes smart shots within the offense.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Atlanta making a switch here. Len's checked in. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And Carter now, top of the key. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Wade kicks to Richardson. Here's Johnson. Stolen by Collins. Here's Carter. But they'll get another chance. Got a piece of it. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. Dragic gets the bucket. Dragic has got 10 points in just the second half.
Really looks to be in the zone here. His teammates should look to get him the ball as much as possible.
Rejected by Dragic. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Josh Richardson, the 40th overall pick, Brent, back in 2015, a hardworking young player who's had a lot of good veteran mentors in this Miami Heat locker room.
Yeah, and he took advantage not only of what Dwayne Wade said to him, but the time that Dwayne Wade wasn't playing, he stepped in and seized an opportunity to get those minutes. He's had some scorching hot shooting numbers, too. His rookie year was phenomenal, and it came in and drew attention from guys from the three-point line, so looking to be consistent on that end.
Prince has checked in for Carter. So Johnson hits 2 of them. The Hawks leading by 3. Young taking his time here. He dishes it to Prince. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bazemore. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Not sure, maybe the pressure of the moment got to him there. A really careless error that might ultimately cost the team.
The Heat have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Wade against Bazemore. To the middle, right side. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Count that bucket.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Al Richardson. Outside Dragic. Shoots over Len. Len with the block.
Well, putting the wingspan to great use, Len throws that one away.
From deep, Prince. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Richardson the pass to Dragic. He kicks to Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Richardson. Shot, high post. But they recover it. Wade can't hit. Atlanta leading by 3. Prince outside. Young against Dragic. And stolen by Richardson. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Out to Wade. And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Timeout called, the Heat. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
The defense has to take the ball out of his hands. He's just knocking down every three-pointer he takes right now.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Trae Young.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. He told them, look, guys, we're running out of time. We're going to make a move. It's got to be now. Are you guys ready to make a move? They all nodded, and he said, then go take it. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Clock at 6. Richardson finds Whiteside. Len with the block. And here's Bazemore. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Johnson with it. He feeds it to Richardson. And he gets it to go.
Nice job by Richardson getting to the inside. High percentage play to the basket.
And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Dragic comes with the double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
And it's the Heat with the ball. Miami's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Wade kicks to Johnson. Dishes it to Dragic. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Dragic has got 12 points here in the second half. The Hawks trailing. Now, here is Young. Len down low. Johnson on him. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And that is a big loss for this team. This game's still in the balance, and he's someone they always want in there at crunch time.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Whiteside. Bazemore for three. But they'll get another chance. Collins kicks it to Bazemore. 6 to shoot. Second chance shot. Miami grabs the miss. Dragic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Richardson, no luck.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
From deep, Prince. Good on the triple. And the Hawks lead by 2.
Well, the bigger the possession, the more engaged Taurean Prince is. Wow.
Land against Olynyk. Wade from outside, and he's good on the 3-ball. Wade's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And with the game on the line, Dwayne Wade comes alive.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Young against Dragic.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Richardson, no luck.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Young in the corner. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
He hits the first one, and that ties the game up.
Pretty obvious Young believes in his ability. A fearless shooter who also does a good job at orchestrating the offense.
And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
Well, crucial moment there at the free throw line, and he never flinched.
Wade kicks to Dragic. The drive by Wade. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
As soon as Dwayne Wade sees that chance to drive, he's going to put his foot on the gas pedal, runs right into the teeth of the defense.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that ties the game up.
Wade is a very consistent performer from the foul line. This is why you always avoid fouling him if you can.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
1:41 left in the game. And Young kicks it to Bazemore. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Wait, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Wayne Ellington's checked in for the Heat. He hits the first one, and that ties the game up. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Well, Richardson is a capable scorer, but nothing feels better than shots like that.
The Hawks trail by 3. Here's Young. Pass to Bazemore. And that's a foul. It's called on Wayne Ellington. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Drops the first one, and that brings them within 2 here. And he makes both free throws. 1:07 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Dragic. The teardrop falls in. Dragic has got 26.
Well, what a tremendous shot from Dragic there. He is defining clutch.
Dragic against Young. Kicks it to Bazemore. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Stupendous work by Bazemore to force the defense into him there. His skill set really presents a challenge to opposing defenders.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here. And so Bazemore nails both of them. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Richardson. Money!
Well, that is NBA level right there.
No doubt. Professional move all the way. Puts the team on his back when it matters most.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Prince. Bazemore passes to Prince. Young outside. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
That last one was a difference maker. It pushed it from a 2-point lead to 3.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're down by 3. 23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Now here's Bazemore. Ellington defending. Collins. Yes!
That's just an outstanding pass by Bazemore off of the pick and roll to set up the basket. His decision making has really improved.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Shooting 2.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game. Here's Young. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's Prince on the wing over Richardson. They grab their own miss, and Young kicks to Collins. Now Bazemore. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You got to love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's going to happen. How is this thing going to play out?
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Well, Dwayne, you won the game, but you lost the rebounding battle. How did you overcome that?
I don't know. You know, we have a knack for finding a way to win, and we've always had that here. You know, we got to do a better job. You know, we can't get out-rebounded like that and expect to win, so we got to figure it out.
Sure you'll be working on it. Thanks, Dwayne. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.